I think he's been really positive for them. They'll go on with it, I think.
Here's Gav Casey to take us away for the final turn.
Middleton wins the tap. Perry's there to rove it. Pincott takes him down in a tackle, but Kennedy is there to help. Gives it over to the runner, and Gould. Advantage paid by the umpire, or we're seeing a free kick. A lot of finger pointing, and it's going to go back to Kennedy for the sling tackle against Foest Hill. But they were off to the races a little bit.
It's interesting you wouldn't call that advantage then. I thought the free kick must have been going the other way.
Well, if it's not advantage, it's downfield, isn't it?
Well, and the only thing that stops them from playing advantage if it's the non-officiating umpire that pays the free kick, and that's why stop play might have been caused. Ground level, kick around the corner by Davis, gets it to the goal square. Foest Hill, the scrambling numbers back. Well done there by Powell, and he shares it with his fellow defender who kicks it long to Gross, who running out of the half-back line. He picks it up after he paddles it to himself. The handbars over the top to Taylor, who's galloping through half forward. Nice spearing ball, and that's good play to Dale, who's been shifted to the forward line. Dale goes long. Pim's one-on-one. Position himself. Chest mark. Oh, got to be given, and he's got it. Pim, there was no doubt that he had first hands and he pulled it in. There might be some gesticulation. Foest Hill want advantage of another 25 for being pulled to the ground after the contest. But Pim, you'd back him from here 20 metres out.
Well, he's got to kick it, doesn't he? And that was great work over that far side. They kept the ball moving. Nice centering kick. Pim one-on-one is always going to be hard to beat. He's a very strong man.
It's as good a play they've had for the day, and you've got to pay that mark.
Sorry, it kicked 43 for the home and away, and this is his second for the day in elimination final. Have they got a small sniff of this contest still in the nostrils? It's Foest Hill 7-4-46, 5 goals behind his belt, 11-10-76.
Well, while there's still a long time to go, you've always got a chance. The key is now the next one. They've got to put 2 or 3 together quickly, and that starts to put doubt in the opposition's mind. They go a bit more defensive. We'll see what happens.
Gross will go up against Middleton in the middle of the ground. Middleton got the knockdown straight into the arms of Perry. Handball out towards Kennedy. They're working themselves across the ground here. Nicely scooped upon there by Gould in the middle. Tried to barge his way through. Gonski holding the ball. It is Foest Hill a chance to go forward here. Here's Ousley on the right boot. Kicks it up towards the half forward line. It was a one-on-one contest. He was looking for Taylor. The ball went over the back of the pack there. The Rams did have the numbers. Nice handball there by McCarthy. They've linked up okay here. Gould over the top. Squeezes a kick in towards the wing position. Handball away. Here's Anthony Perry inside forward. 50. He was looking for the big man out there in Stafford. He had one bite on it. Nicely knocked away there by Powell. Everyone just takes a breath, and we'll have a boundary throw in 40 metres out from the East Burwood goal line. Currently leading this game by 30 points. 3 minutes gone in the final term. One side goes through, one side leaves for Mad Monday. Is a snap around the body there by Gould to the top of the goal square. I tell you what, it almost went all the way, but it's been nicely marked. So Foest Hill a chance to start from the furthest away position. Maguire on the right boot. This way, that way, goes out towards Burmeister. He was in a contest with Lockie Gould, and it goes over the boundary line and out of bounds.
Cardamone's just come off the ground. I think he copped another one a little bit in the bread basket, and is feeling it a bit, so he came off. And it was interesting, as soon as he came off, his opponent went straight off as well, so it's that designated tag.
Might have been that broken rib Peter Baird spoke about earlier, as Creek on the left boot goes out towards the weak position. Bouncing football. This ball stays alive. Nicely done by Aidan Stevens on the left boot in towards the middle of the ground. Out in front there was Scotty Davis. Kicked a goal today. Switches it out towards Anjemi. Takes the mark. He takes off. He could almost put this one through Anjemi. No, he kicks it to the top of the goal square. But why wouldn't you kick it towards Maxie Wills, who was out in front? Second bite. Takes the mark, and he'll go back. And no doubt you would think he'll get the answer here and make it incredibly tough for the Zebras.
Oh, fans.
Yeah, look, I think that if they kicks this, back to 0-all, and that's what they wanted. Yep.
Well, put the diagonal line through the 4 strikes. He's got 5 goals now. Maxie Wills for the East Burwood Football Club. And that might just be enough for them early in this final term out here at Walker Park in the first semi-final in Division 4, the Bendigo Bank Final Series. East Burwood 12-10-82 to Foest Hill 7-4-46.
I love that Fent came off because he's tagging Cardamone. Cardamone's waiting to come back on. Fent's had to come on, and he's waiting for someone else to come off so that he can go back on the Cardamone. So it's a bit of cat and mouse happening.
Back in the middle of Walker Park, Mitcham. Foest Hill get the clearance. So the long ball inside 50. Flying forward but not taking the mark was Dale, and it's an over-the-shoulder job, and I don't know who was against Johnson.
It was a fend off, I think.
From Dale?
Yeah.
So he's conceded the free kick, and East Burwood take the relief. They'll go to the broadcast wing side where our position was Davis, and he's been outmarked by Creek. So Creek picks himself up, looking for the options, wanted a short one. Now he's just going to prop a ball to centre forward. Coming in late was Dale, punches instead of being the marker. So at ground level, slung in the tackle. It goes against Strawn, and he's a bit hurt because that was a ferocious tackle by the East Burwood player in Laporte.
I think his ego's more bruised than anything there.
5 minutes into the final term in Division 3, and it is the Basin leading by 11 points over Heathmont, who were kicking with the breeze in the last term.
So the Basin are kicking with it in the fourth?
Yeah, correct. Kick goes up towards the half-forward line. Thought you were taking over there, Gab, but I'll assume
just
position.
Adding to your glorious commentary.
So we'll have a ball up across the 50. No, it'll be a free kick there to Scott Davis, who might be within range here. It's almost like at this point, no, he'll give the handball away to Perry. That was not percentage football, but nonetheless kicks it towards the top of the goal square. Wills, well, he didn't expect it. It bounced off his chest, so Foest Hill in towards the middle of the ground. It goes towards the Strawn direction. He was out in front and takes a good mark. He'll wind around now on the right boot, kicks it out wide towards the half-forward line. Out in front and taking a strong mark there is Elijah Dale. Still trying to stream the ball forward, goes in towards the forward pocket, and the mark has been taken by Tim Johnston, who might be too far out to score. He winds up from inside the arc. He sets up for goal, Johnston, and that's exactly the spark the Zebras need. That's his second goal on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. There is still life within this Zebra outfit yet. 5 goals is the margin. 7 minutes tick over in the final term. 82 plays 52.
Again, they just can't allow East Burwood to reply. They've got to get 2, 3 in a row. Johnson's gone forward, which, look, it's a great move, but I think it's because of the knock he took. I think it's taken a fair bit out of him. Even then, he didn't move as quick as normal, but he's been very good for him all day.
Stafford won the tack for East Burwood. He tapped to the defensive side, and it gives Foest Hill the chance through Murray to go forward. Long kick inside the forward line. Johnson for the fly! He nearly gets beaten to the ball by his teammate, and the fly's been penalised for unrealistic attempt. So it's a free kick to the Laporte.
It's called early too.
So his short kick to the centre back where Brown picks it up quick to play on because he knew he had an open man on the wing. So Gould picks it up unpressured. One bounce he does, close to the boundary line. He skirts around, kicks it inside to centre forward, hoping for a marker. No mark taken, picked up by Perry. Perry's taken down in a tackle. So it'll be a ball up at centre forward.
East Burwood are splitting them open now with their run and carry from defence, and just being able to spread from that contest. The Foest Hill players unable to go with them.
Middleton wins the tap. It's been left behind by a few players. A bit of fatigue in that contest as everyone ran past the ball, and eventually the pack envelops the ball, and it has to be given back to the umpire at centre forward for East Burwood. They lead by 5 goals. 8.5 minutes gone, final term. It's been sharked by the defender in Foest Hill. His kick out didn't make too much ground. Mowat has to pick it up, but he didn't get the hand pass away, and he's tackled, dispossessed, holding the ball decision. Free kick goes the way of McCarthy. Short pass doesn't hit the target, and the spoil comes in and allows the play-on situation for Foest Hill. Nearly a run-down tackle, but the kick quickly goes into the middle of Walker Park. Dale leads the way. He's just in front of Brown. Dale has to be the harassing tackler to dispossess Brown, and 2 new players come into the contest, and it'll be a ball up just about the centre of Walker Park.
9.5 minutes tick over. It's a 5-goal margin. EFL Game Day, EFL.org.au, streaming live around the globe. Well, the next couple of minutes will tell the tale. Willoughby relatively quiet today, got a little toe poke away, and now the Zebras are off to the races, streaming forward and trying to break away from the tackle. There was Palmer, got the handball in the middle. That was okay, Ousley, but then hopped off there by Luke Brown for the Rams, who thumped it on his boot up towards the Middleton direction. Ball bounced away from him. The big man hit the ground. He tried to knock the ball on. Right over the top of him was Powell. They've linked up okay. Here's McCarthy. He took off. He had a bounce. He might have a shot, but the short pass was on to Perry. It just went the required disc. And
you reckon?
Well, Nick Pincott, he wasn't very impressed about that. And we'll go with the umpires there. And the mark has been taken by Tony Perry, and he'll have a shot on goal from 40 metres out.
The thing was, it was good football. They worked it hard. There was in dispute, used a bit of speed, and it was a clever kick. It was a fraction shorter than what I thought, though.
Perry comes in and Perry kicks the goal. And I think the Rams might have made their way through to the second week of the Division 4 Bendigo Bank Final Series.
Yeah, look, that's what I said before. If Forest Hill are going to put any dent in this, if they're going to put any doubt in East Burwood's mind, they can't afford to go goal for goal, because you're 5 behind or 6 behind. So now what they've got to do, they've got to kick another 2 now to then put some doubt, and I can't see that happening.
And Dave, do you reckon going through the corridor without having the connection skills means that turnovers will kill them?
It's going to be the case, I think.
Both sides have kicked a goal. Between the Heathmont and the Basin is still an 11-point lead to the Basin.
And East Burwood go forward through Kennedy from that centre clearance. Nearly a mark by Middleton, propping himself at full forward. At ground level, Creek's got the ball. He doesn't know where to go, so he bounces it like a basketball. Eventually kicks it to where all the numbers are East Burwood. The Rams have got it on the wing. Took his time, Davis, but he got a share out to Fent. Fent loads up to half forward, where finally the numbers suit Forest Hill. And Powell hands it off to his teammate. Another short goes to Ousley. Ousley takes it to half back. He looks inboard for the next kick. He's going to go through the square, and he goes to centre forward. Strawn on a long lead, gets on the end of it, takes the mark in front of his eyes. Now Johnson's in his sights, and he takes a chest mark in the end as he jumps into it on the arc of 45. He's quick to play on. He goaled for there only moments ago. It's goal square. It's got the length, just dropped. Mark
Great
taken.
mark.
2 grabs. He finally drew it in, and Dale will kick from only a metre out. I don't think he could have left it, so it was a smart decision by Dale to mark it.
Smart decision, but great play by Johnson again. Got it. Good, great mark. Went back.
He couldn't have been more stiff. He marked the 3rd bite just outside the square, but doesn't matter anyway. He puts it straight over the goal umpire's head, just when you think the Rams are not going to run away with this. Forest Hill just peg another one back. 12 minutes gone. There is still time.
But unable to kick consecutive goals. So that's what's hurting them here. East Burwood have got all the answers, able to hit back straight away, and you really worry for Forest Hill in this situation. They need to be able to string goals together.
Don't they look like a good side when they play on, though, Forest Hill?
I'll tell you what, the young boy Johnson has killed it when he's gone forward. He's another option for him.
Pye throws it up. It was a good knock down there by Middleton that time in the middle of the ground. Stripped to the football. Jason Kennedy, you are gone. There's no doubt about that. A little push in the back, Taylor. Yeah, I'll tell you what, that's like a little bit stiff. It was almost in the play, but Brett Kay kicks the ball out wide. I'm disappointed by that. Murphy on the right boot up towards the half-forward line. They're working this ball well. Here's Gould inside forward 50. They're linking up well on the right boot. Here's Coates. Coates sets sail for goal, and it just, I tell you what, the wind took it at the last second, and it just all of a sudden turned in from a perfect drop punt into a mongrel punt and hit the pine and goes through for 1 behind.
One lick of coat of paint, and Coates would have got a goal.
The man running past to receive that handball, Kay, his opponent, Strawn, was still standing flat-footed back on the 45-metre arc, not going with him.
Maguire takes a mark and he takes off to the races. He kicks it up towards the half-forward line, but nobody was there. Luke Brown, he's had a solid game today, Brown. On the right boot, kicks it out towards the half-forward line. On the left boot, McGowan inside forward, 58. Drinkolino all by himself. That was a very quick transition from half-back to full-forward.
Yeah, disappointing when you kick the long ball into the forward half and, you know, you've got a defender being able to stand by himself like that. So, that could be the end of Forest Hill. If he nails this one, we've gone goal for goal again.
Adrian Galino, 72 goals for the season. comes in now and kicks truly. What a fantastic kick that was off the boot by Adrian Galino. And East Burwood now with his 4th, they are going to go through to the second week of the Bendigo Back Final Series. I'm happy to call it at this stage.
Well, there's been 6 goals kicked, and they've kicked 3 each. And as you say, Forest still have taken the initiative by kicking that fairly inspirational goal each time they've kicked one. And East Burwood have come back with 3 clinical goals. It's just been clinical the way they've done it.
Back in the middle of Walker Park, East Burwood at the back of the square circle, work it nicely in the hands of Kay, gets it out to Coates. Coates has hurried into his kick, so it goes back into the middle of Walker Park, where Forest Hill finally get their hands on it to Pincock. Pincock gives it over to Owsley. Owsley's taken down in a tackle on the outer wing. And nice work by Stevens to hold him up, so it's going to be a ball up just on the wing.
7-point margin to the Basin, 15 minutes into the final term. They lead 66 to 59.
Maybe we should get some commentary from around the grounds. Who we got out there? No one.
Old mate in the outer.
We'll get someone from the random car.
Just get Ray Baird to jump in the car and head out there.
It looks like it'll be a close one, but in Division 3. But in Division 4, it's a big lead to East Burwood. 14-11-95, leading Forest Hill 9-4-58. As I read out the scores, it means it gets balled up a second time within a few moments. Big punch forward by Forest Hill to the back of the pack. Perry's running onto the ball. He's pushing in front of himself and out of bounds at his half back. So we'll go with a throw in. 37-point margin, 16 minutes gone in this 4th term. East Burwood trailed by 15 at quarter time, took a 6-point lead into half time and stretched out to 36 points at 3/4 time. Middleton wins the punch forward, goes about 15 metres up the wing. Creek with the orange boot picks it up, but he's beset upon and he'll be taken down in a tackle close to the boundary line outer side. So it'll be ball up centre wing.
They'll be loving this East Burwood, just controlling now the tempo of the game, not allowing Forest Hill any latitude.
So as moments tick by, Perry got the handball away, trying to get himself out of a tackle. There was Brett Kay over the boundary line out of bounds. The Hurricane, Johnny Higgins, is LKLM Media. He's out there at the Heathmont versus the Basin game, but we won't ask Johnny to call this last few moments.
Get more from his dog, I reckon.
Absolutely no chance of that. We'd be better getting commentary from his mutt dog that usually sits in the front seat of his car. As the ball now with Forest Hill, their 2 kicks from home. Can they stay forward? Goes towards the Pim direction. It was knocked away from him. Scooped upon. Left foot shot on goal was snapped around. Here's Cardamone. He likes to break the tackle. He might get boot to ball. Just pokes it towards the top of the goal square. Pim was there. Got dispossessed. Well done there by Kay for his build. Drove the ball out of the danger zone on the left. He got 50 metres on that one. Goes out wide. Anthony Perry happy to see that ball over the boundary line and out of bounds. 17.5 minutes. Make that 18 now. 95 plays 58 out here. East Burwood looking the goods. There's no doubt about that. Forest Hill started off the game, led it by 15 points at quarter time, and East Burwood, it's all been in their hands since then. Kick goes up towards the Perry direction of the Anthony variety, and it is back to a 1-point ball game out at Central Reserve. The Basin lead by 1 point over Heathmont. 17 minutes have ticked over on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard out there.
Boundary throw in. Middleton punches it forward, but he pushed his opponent out of the ruck contest. It'll be a free kick to Forest Hill. And Gross will kick it long down the line. Underneath it is Dale. His opponent Brown gets a bit of a running start on the punch from behind. Ground level ball picked up by Coates. Shares it to his teammate. Good corridor past that to teammate in McCarthy. Now they're off and racing as Gould had to fend off a bit of a hip and shoulder as he kicked it. The defence under a heap of pressure. Dale back in defence for Forest Hill. Scrubbing kick. Puts a lot of pressure on Denham, who just hurries the ball out wide. He saw someone with some good peripheral vision and he found his teammate in Burmeister. Outer wing. Long ball down the line. Gibbons has to come in late for the contest. Draws the ball down to ground level where Perry finds himself over the ball, hugging it and giving it back to the umpire as he calls for a ball up outer wing. 95 plays 58. We don't have the close one here. It's in Division 3. 50-50 ball won by East Burwood, and Kennedy loads up a kick inside 50. Goes off the chest of his teammate in Perry. So at ground level, it's won by Maguire. Maguire hand passes it forward to Creek. He's been dragged off the kick, so it goes into the middle of the ground with Kennedy. Helps out Perry. Perry's hand pass backwards to the stationary Stevens. Misses the target. But there's heaps of Rams just to mop up. One of them being Coates. Gets it out wide. Nice play to Kay. His kick smothered. Picked up again. And East Burwood lied up from half forward. Short kick now. Kennedy gets it in the long direction to 50, and it's a mark taken by Gould. So they're in front position even when they're not sure would be next in the contest. Galeno gets underneath it. Foest still can't pick it up in defence. It's a scrubbing ball now, kicked out quickly to Perry. Just couldn't get his hands wrapped around it. Punch goes big with Dale. He could have taken possession, but he thought he was under pressure. East Burwood turnover goes towards Gould at half forward. He's got some help with Murphy. It's a 50-50 ball now picked up by Owsley, but the tackle flies in on him, and that was brilliantly done by Fent. The numbers didn't help Owsley that time. If he conceded the ball out of the tackle, East Burwood would have been running on to goal.
That was about 12 very tired players attacking that football then.
And one tired commentator. As now Mowat picks up the ball for Foest Hill, goes long to half forward. Getting underneath it was Powell, but the numbers again with East Burwood. And it's Brown taking his time to find his teammate in Kennedy. Kennedy with the right boot from the wing. Middleton leads the ball. May have got pushed under. He made it look like he did, so he'll get the free kick from 40. Very telegraphed play there, and how open is it now getting for East Burwood with the numbers for them?
Yeah, they're running from defence. They've got the confidence. They know they've got it won, and now they're trying to just make sure that they continue to work as hard. And I think he's been very good today, Middleton. Liked his work in the middle. I like the fact that he's a big target for them. It's been the difference between the two sides. The big, tall target up forward, at least he gives them something to aim at.
The only problem he's had all day is his bloody nose in that second term. So apart from that, he's dominated the ruck. And from 45, he's got a big hoof into the kick, and he misses everything to the left, and it's out on the full. So it stays 95-58, 22 minutes gone. East Burwood will progress to play Glen Waverley Hawks next week.
And this has been a very bruising encounter, so there's going to be a lot of sore East Burwood boys tonight.
There's no doubt about that, Davo, as the kick goes in towards the middle of the ground. Foest Hill still trying to conjure something and working themselves forward. Nicely done there by Murphy. Moved the ball out wide, but it's going to be chopped off there by Gross, the big man on the right boot, up towards the half-forward line. And as we've seen so many times today, that kick across that far side is just, the wind's taken in it. It's gone out of bounds on the full once again. Scores level out at Central Reserve, heading into time on. In Division 3, Heathmont and the Basin.
East Burwood or Central Reserve?
Central Reserve. As the kick goes out, we called it early and we've corrected ourselves. Thanks for bringing it up again, Pete, as it comes up. Kennedy up towards the half-forward line. Mark's been taken. Kick goes goalward. Well, it's all about the celebrations now for the East Burwood Football Club. I tell you what, they've waited a very, very long time for this. It's been 13 long years since they played finals, and they've won 18 premierships, and they'll move themselves towards the second week and take on the Glen Waverley Hawks next week. Fantastic stuff.
Yeah, they've just, with confidence and look, Foest Hill know they're done. Their season's over. It's pretty hard to go on from here, and East Burwood are just taking every opportunity they can, and it's been their run and spread since quarter time that's been the real difference.
Stafford was beat to the tap, and Mowat roves it again. He's been one of the better players for the Zebras. He can't get a clear hand pass out. So Stafford, I don't know if he tackled anyone, but he got the free kick out of the middle of the ground. Hand passes off to the runner. Long ball direct. East Burwood position themselves to take the mark 20 out. And under a heap of pressure, handballs flying out in the rush for Foest Hill.
Lapore almost gave away the free kick and kicked the last goal. He was getting excited, the big man.
And it's going to be a free kick to the Zebras on their last line. It's close at Central Reserve in Division 3.
One point the Basin lead by with 24 minutes ticking over.
Creek's got the ball to Mowat. Mowat in the middle of the corridor, and they're often racing. Foest Hill. Pincott leading to the ball, got underneath it. and it's been a good mark. Turnover to East Burwood. Long transition ball sent half back to centre forward where Gould took the mark. Could have ran on, but decided he'll slow it down. Gould passes it into Middleton. He's surrounded by 4, and the 4 went out. Mark taken by Parent in defence. He'll go out wide to Johnson. Good grab in front of with the hand. Slid into it. So he's
scores level again out at Central Reserve. It is all happening. The Basin and Heathmont, it is all square. 25 minutes gone. Swinging around now. Taylor, his kick was smothered. Laporo kicked the last goal, got the handball out. Pagliaro got it away to Stafford. Handball over the top. Here we go. Here's a go for Gould. It was a skew-if kick. It was chopped off by Stoneham. He got the handball away, and now it's Forest Hill charging the ball forward. It was a good kick as well towards centre half forward. Dale took it, snapped around the body, kicks it towards the forward pocket. Mark couldn't quite be taken out there by Strawn. He was dispossessed of the football. One-arm Murphy, he won the football, he won the possession, he kicked it wide. He was looking for the big man Stafford, and the paint beats all players. Keep the scores coming through at Footy EFL. Out at Heathmont, the Heathmont Jets have hit the front by 1 point. 27 minutes gone in the final term out at Central Reserve. You wouldn't believe it. Oh, if only we were out there, really. That's no doubt about that. This game's over as it comes out now. Johnston got boot to ball that time. He got copped one high. The umpire's going to pay a free kick. And it'll be a free kick to Forest Hill. 45 metres out.
We picked the wrong divisions. Division 4 yesterday was brilliant.
I know, Gov. I know.
There is final siren. Forest Hill, not the winners, but they get the last shot at goal, missed by Owsley. Forest Hill 9-5-59 have been defeated by East Burwood 15-11-101. The Rams win by 42 points. They progress out of the elimination final, and they'll be playing the Glen Waverley Hawks next week in the preliminary final.